Welcome to another Epic Yen podcast. Today we have a different group of people. Some of us have been on recently. Lisa is joining us. She's been helping us off air, but she's back on air with us here. This is the ISTE Young Educator Network podcast, episode number 13 for June 22nd, 2015. And this is the exciting show where we talk about making the most of the ISTE conference. And I'm one of your co-hosts, Jenny. And for those of you who don't know me, I was an emerging leader last year at ISTE, and this year I was chosen for the KL Better Vision Award. And I'm also going to be doing some other things at the conference as well for the PBS Digital Innovator program as well. So that's right before ISTE, so I'll be there a few days early. Our other co-host is Corey.
Hi, I'm Corey Omer. I am a recent member of the Young Educator Group. I will be the 2015 Outstanding Young Educator, so this will be my second podcast. Super excited to be part of the group.
I can go. My name is Lisa Sjogren. I am the president of the Young Educators Network. I am a 2010 emerging leader, and this is my, I believe, 10th conference.
Oh, so you can actually share notes with us. This is great.
Yeah.
So you're the experienced one.
Yeah.
Okay, so should we jump right in with ISTE conference tips and tricks?
Well, I think we should talk about something exciting we're doing. We should talk about...
Oh, that's right. Okay.
Do you want to go first, Jenny?
No, what are you doing? I want you to go first.
So, in my district, we're in Crystal Lake, District 47, Crystal Lake, Illinois. We're planning our district-wide educational technology conference. We call it the Transliteracy Conference. This will be our third year doing it, and it's a mix between technology and literacy, a nice combination. It's planned by the tech coaches and the literacy coaches of our district. So it's a nice mix, but we're super excited. We got Chad Caffa coming in, Tammy Lynn, Paul Solares, Jimmy Giuliano is going to be there. We invited Jenny, but she can't make it.
But, too busy.
Yeah, too busy. She's too busy with all her conferences. But it's a two-day event in August, and we're, right now I think we're up to 200 people, mixture of like nearby districts and our staff alone, and it's going to be a great conference. Last year was great. The food is amazing, and the staff get really energized for the beginning of the year.
Well, that's really cool. My kind of current cool news is I've actually been teaching my first official class to educators. Normally I teach kids, and I do PD with my staff, but this is the first time where I'm actually giving adults grades for their work, and it's been a really exciting and different experience. Working mainly with middle school and elementary teachers, and I'm working with another teacher. She's actually the instructional coach at my building, and the class that we're doing is on reader's response and then how to integrate technology so that students are responding in different ways rather than probably what we would call old-fashioned ways such as writing or just vocally, but maybe using Explain Everything or Shadow Puppet or another app like that to respond in unique ways.
Very cool. Do you like teaching the courses, Jenny?
Yeah, it's been fun to get out of the classroom. I mean, working with your staff is one thing, but then now I get to also work with, teachers throughout the district, so it's kind of like nice to get to work with people who aren't maybe 100% comfortable with you, so it gives you that new experience too.
And you're finding out real quick that you'll plan 2 hours and it'll take, you'll only do a half hour of it.
Exactly, over-planning.
Over-planning. How about you, Lisa? What do you got going on?
Well, we are right now in the process of preparing to deploy another 4,500 iPads to add to the 7,500 that we have in our district. So I've been in charge of writing the process, and a couple of things that we're doing just a little differently is we wanted to, because we collected the iPads back, we wanted to make sure that the kids got the same iPad. So I developed a system where the kids would turn in their iPad, and then that iPad would come back in and would come back to the same student and would be shipped to the school that they're going to next year. We're going through a grade reconfiguration as well. So we're going from 7-9 junior highs to 6-8 middle schools. So lots of movement. And then the other thing that we've been working on is with our local police departments to prepare emergency preparedness and teaching cops and firefighters how to utilize Google Sheets to track students during reunification projects.
Very cool.
All right, so now that we've done that, should we start talking about what everybody I think wants to know is those tips. I know last year was my first year at ISTE, and the first year you go, it's very overwhelming. At least for me it was, because I was used to local conferences, and so when you get there right away, you know you're at something special because there's people from all over the world. It's the best of the best, and so I think it would be really helpful for us to just kind of talk about our experiences. Lisa having 10 years experience, us both having about a year experience, to give tips for people to know what to do, how to get around, that kind of thing. So Lisa, first of all, could we get started with you? I know you were you at the Philadelphia one that was a few years ago?
I was at the Philadelphia one a few years ago.
So do you have any Philadelphia tips then?
Okay, so the first thing I tell you about Philadelphia is to take the train into the city. The train is fairly inexpensive, much less inexpensive than when you take like a taxi or a super shuttle down. It takes about 45 minutes to get there, and it drops you off right at Reading Terminal. And Reading Terminal is right outside of the convention center, which is pretty nice. So you get off the train and you're right there. Reading Terminal is also, if you guys saw the movie National Treasure, that's where the scene where they're running around and with the Declaration of Independence, and she goes and hides in the meat counter. Fabulous place to eat, grab food, but understand it gets very busy once you add the conference people with the regular work week people. So.
Okay.
Otherwise, everything's pretty close in the city, and if you can walk pretty much anywhere. You can walk to the Liberty Bell, you can walk to Independence Hall. But yeah, taking the train in is probably your best bet. And yeah.
I was there a few weeks ago for another conference. I know Uber is pretty popular out there. So that's what I plan doing, is Ubering my way around the city.
I'm going to walk. I need my steps.
We should totally make a Fitbit group.
I know. So I guess one of the things would be the packing tips. And I think, Lisa, we're getting when you're not talking, we're getting feedback or something. I think it's on yours. But anyway, I think so. I don't know.
Blame Lisa.
I'm sorry. I have the game on.
I just feel like I keep hearing something. Anyway, so comfy shoes for me was one of the big things, and then Philadelphia is very hot this time of year, so definitely I would say having bottled water. If you're interested in meeting new people and you have business cards, that would be a great thing as well. And then one thing that was nice is they did hand out some chargers last year, but I would say definitely if you have those, portable chargers and batteries and things like that, and because it's a conference hall, it'll be really hot outside, but inside it tends to be cooler, so I always like to wear a sweater. I know Corey likes to wear cardigans, so he'll have a few of those on.
Thanks for that. I wore shorts last time. I dress really comfortable. I know some people dress up for their session, especially if you're presenting, but it is still a conference. You don't have to be on show the whole time. A lot of people wearing t-shirts from their school, polos from their school, and a lot of the guys are just wearing shorts and gym shoes, which was nice.
I would agree. I
can tell you, as somebody who, as district, had us wearing business suits on the day that we present, wearing business suits and sneakers is an okay fashion trend there.
It isn't.
It is.
There we go. That's like a hear. That's like to hear it.
I remember wearing heels, and one of the manager, I don't know what she was, whatever, Lynn Nolan looked at me and she goes, "Oh, honey, you can't wear heels during this conference. You have to you can wear sneakers and it's okay." And I'm like, yes. So
yeah, I agree.
Good shoes are a must.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, and I was a bit nervous too. Like last year, I didn't know how to dress, so I brought like way too many clothes. But it was okay because I mean there are things to do, which we'll get to later in our conversation, like things to do at night. So it is good to bring a variety of clothes. But unless you're presenting, I think most people would do business casual, or some will even do less than business casual. It's all what you're comfortable with or how you want to, I guess, present yourself. But definitely nobody's judging shoes. Like if you're walking around in really big high heels, you're just going to get a look because it's dangerous. So.
Yeah, in this conference, I remember in Atlanta, though, the conference halls are huge. Like,
It is.
just walking through the building was a trek.
Here's another tip I can give. If you have to wear moleskin, so you have to put moleskin on your feet to do blisters and stuff like that, that will sell out right away at the different drugstores. You cannot find it anywhere. That stuff is like gold.
That's hilarious. I will not be doing that, but yes, that's hilarious.
And there is a Fitbit challenge. Corey, can you share that link for the ISTE Fitbit challenge?
Share it. Yes.
Is it possible for you to share that? I don't know. I think that's awesome.
We'll put it out in notes later on, yeah.
Okay.
We'll tweet it out.
So what about attending sessions? What did you guys learn in the years that you've gone as far as how to get into sessions and things like that? And what are good sessions to look for?
Look for topics of interest, but get there, let's say it starts at 1 o'clock, get there 20 minutes early. They're obviously going to be bigger rooms than we're used to like a local conference, but you're thinking I think 16,000 people, that's what we're aiming for, right? If a session seems like a hot topic, they're going to fill fast. Most of the sessions will have a screen outside the venue so you can watch, stream it in like that, but if you want a good seat, want to be there, I recommend getting early. I mean, that's what I noticed, because I remember a few times I got there and I'm like, yep, I'm sitting outside the session right now.
Well, and I know, too, the other thing you can do is you can go on and you can, basically there's the BYOD and there's certain ones that you can
pre-register for.
Pre-register for one per day.
Right.
So I did that already. I looked through the ones, and some were already sold out, but stuff that I really was interested in, I pre-registered for that. Even those, if they say they're sold out, you can go to, because if there's,
extra spots, people overbook.
Yeah, no show. They'll give you a ticket. Or if you hold the ticket, it's really nice if you just go up to the person who's the bouncer and say, hey, I'm not going to use this, and they just give it to a person. It's nothing worse than having someone with a BYOD just show up,
right?
2 minutes before and have to race to get everything set up. At least be nice to them and give them your ticket as early as you can if you're not going to use it.
Jenny, and of course,
booked?
What was that, Corey?
Are our sessions booked yet? I haven't looked yet.
Ours, we were doing pretty good, but I haven't looked for quite a while. Why would they not want to see us?
We're amazing. Our second year at ISTE.
We're going to do a song and dance number in the middle. It'll be awesome.
Right. Come to see our BYOD session.
But definitely, if your sessions don't work, another tip is the exhibit hall is an awesome place to go and connect with representatives from different companies that are there and just walk around. You usually see people that you know while you're there. The poster sessions are really cool as well. So those are all kinds of things, and like we said, if you can't get in, there are these simulcast lounges essentially outside of the rooms where you can watch on TVs what's going on inside the room. So, definitely do that. And I'm being told by our director, Corey, that BYOD is bring your own dance moves. So.
Bring your own dance moves. I'll remember that one. We are going to embarrass ourselves on demand.
We need to get those top hats, though.
Oh, we have to have costumes. That's right. Besides the sessions, I think one of my favorite things was last year. I'm not able to attend this year, which is it kind of stinks. But there's an unconference that does occur, I think, the Friday and Saturday before. So people will get in early. I'm flying in Sunday. When are you getting in, Jenny? You're getting in early.
I'm getting in on Saturday, but Saturday and Sunday I'm at that PBS Digital Summit thing. So I won't actually be. I'll be on Sunday at the end of the Yen, our booth, which we'll talk about in a little while. I'll be at that, but before that I won't be able to be there.
Right.
How about you, Lisa?
I fly in Saturday morning.
So there is an unconference on Friday. The Friday one is a Maker Day. So if you go to isteunplugged.com, You'll have a list of all the Facebook events and all the events and where everything's going to be and who's going to be there. But ISTEunplugged.com does talk about the Maker Day on Friday, so it's going to be a hands-on. They'll have the makeys, they'll have all the drones, everyone will bring their own stuff, and then Saturday, Hack Education will be happening. And I think if you go to that website as well, you'll find where it's going to be hosted, and it's probably like 300, 400 people show up. It's an unconference. But I remember from last year, that was my favorite part of the conference, because it was an opportunity to talk with the different educators and some of those like heavy hitters in the Twitter universe, so the Twitterverse. So it was nice just talking to them and being able to you didn't have to go to one of their sessions. You can just talk and learn from them.
Yeah, and then as far as going to other things, and we're going to focus a little bit more on the Young Educator Network in a minute, but just keep in mind, too, that your local affiliate, like mine is WIMTA for Wisconsin, I know you have ICE in Illinois, each of those local affiliates will have some sort of gathering, and it tends to be like Monday and Tuesday, and a lot of things are on Monday, but you can kind of usually go to one thing and then go to another. So there's also usually parties that some of the vendors put out. So just kind of you network with people when you're there. There's different things going on in the different days, and you just kind of have to know what's going on. And I would just definitely check your local affiliate's home site to find out when that is. But the events that are really a lot of fun are the Epic Yen, our Young Educator Network events. And the first one that is really a really fun one is the networking fair, and I actually got a chance to attend that last year. And it's on June 28th from 3 to 5 at the Broad Street Atrium. And basically when you go in there, it's kind of overwhelming if you haven't been there before, but there's just booths everywhere with different PLN networks. And so essentially you walk around and you can learn about the different groups, like maybe if you're into like podcasting or digital storytelling. All kinds of different groups have one, and of course one is the Young Educator Network. So definitely come by and talk to us. Find out more about the Young Educator Network, and also get little ribbons that you can put on your badge that say the Epic Yen and things like that. Lisa, did you want to talk about the Iron Chef competitions?
Okay, so the Iron Chef competitions are it's not even really a competition, it's just kind of a way to network and collaborate with different people to build a product during the conference. So on Monday, we'll start by giving individuals an introduction to the program and what the expectations are, kind of what you're going to do, and then you just work with the group during the conference to develop something. And this doesn't have to be, something that you're going to launch and put into action right away. This can be, just as general as an idea. And then on Wednesday, you're going to give a 3-minute presentation about your product. And then we will have celebrity judges who will talk about, who will judge, and more just fun. Prizes are usually ISTE swag. And then following the event where people present, we will have what we call the dessert. And the dessert will be where people who helped out with the Iron Chef will just kind of talk about the program and share information about what is going on, or how to do it in your own district. It's kind of a neat way to do professional development.
No, and I definitely like the theme, and it just gets everybody involved, and it's, from what I've seen in previous years and heard as well, it just really gets people excited. So that's awesome. Another thing is with Yen events, there is the Yen social event, which is on Monday, and that is at June 29th from 5:30 to 7:30 at Lucky Strike. And to find the address, I'm going to say the email or the address. You're going to want to go to ISTE 2015 YEN reception.eventbrite.com. And again, it's at Lucky Strike, and we can post that and we can tweet that out. But definitely, that is a really cool way to network with people that are in the Young Educator Network, and just people who are interested in getting involved with ISTE and just creating a network of other educators. Lisa, were you able to attend the one at Lucky Strike the last time it was in Philadelphia?
Yep. So Lucky Strike, oh my gosh, I got to get these two straight. There's a Lucky Strike in Denver, and there's a Lucky Strike in Philly. The Lucky Strike in Philadelphia has several bowling lanes, and then also has some pool tables, and it's just kind of a way to hang out, lounge around, talk with people, start games of bowling, start games of pool, and just hang out. And there will be appetizers there, and it's a nice way to get just kind of a quick dinner and meet other young educators that are at the conference.
Nice. So yeah, definitely go on there to Eventbrite, and we'll tweet out that address as well. It's just a really fun experience. Last year's was a lot of fun when it was in Atlanta. Some other cool events to keep in mind are the keynotes. And the opening keynote is on Sunday, June 28th. So it's right after the networking fair from 5:45 to 7 p.m. in Hall A. And I believe Soledad O'Brien, is she the opening keynote? Does anybody else know? I believe.
I have no idea.
I think that's who it was.
That sounds right.
And I mean, I don't know if it was the opening keynote, but when was Ashley Judd there last year? Was that the opening?
Yeah.
No, was it? Yeah.
All I know is it was traumatic because everyone was like, there was a mad dash to get down there. So then, like, some people are like, let's take an elevator. So Jenny thought, okay, I'm going to get in the elevator because that's going to get me down there fast. Instead, what happened is the elevator, which was crammed with people, got stuck with like the door partly open, and there was like an older gentleman who kept like not following the rules and kept trying to push a button, and then people were starting to freak out, and we had such an anxiety thing, and Corey saved me a seat because he and I were like, we had to see Ashley Judd, and I did make it there, but it was like probably one of the most traumatic events, and I've like not been able to really go in elevators since then without like having a mild freak out. So just take the stairs. Do not get in a really
follow everybody. It will be fine. You'll get in.
Yeah.
They'll make sure you're in.
Yeah, so you might think you're not going to get a seat, but because it looks like a lot of people, but there are plenty of seats. You'll make it, and they'll have enough seats for everybody. So don't put yourselves in jeopardy. It was fun. So anyway, that was one funny story, I guess, that I have. Corey, didn't you go to the Bloggers Cafe?
Yeah, so jumping on, this is kind of part of they call like the unconference or the ISTE Unplugged, but I was able to attend this. They basically set up a location somewhere in the conference hall, and it's going to be just a place where you can go, sit down, talk. People will be on their devices, they will be, tweeting out, doing their blogging things, but you're going to see a lot of the presenters there, and it's a good opportunity just to informal talk with them and just kind of talk what you want to talk. And I was able to talk to, I think a keynote was there. Remember Kevin Honeycutt being there last year, and it was great because it was just very casual. There were sessions going on, but we got to just talk. And then I do recommend, I know we mentioned earlier, was the expo hall. Go whenever you can. I know Google, for example, they're going to have a giant booth there, but there's going to be sessions happening there as well, like every hour on the hour. I think CDW does the same thing. Microsoft will have the same thing going as well. So even if you don't have sessions you're going to, there's going to be stuff to do. And go to the exhibit hall and bring a bag. That's all right. The exhibit hall has to be my favorite thing. I think I went 3 or 4 times last year because there's always stuff, there's always people, free trials, seeing what's new. That was my favorite part.
I think another thing too to do during the conference is to really get active on Twitter. I think last year was the year I really started using Twitter a lot, not only to see what was going on, like to just tell people what I was finding out, but if you just follow the hashtag ISTE 2015 or the hashtag EpicYen, which is our hashtag, you see a lot of the things that people are enjoying and links to cool conversations about stuff. And so definitely look for the EpicYen hashtag and then the ISTE 2015. If you want to get more involved too, you can also volunteer. Talk about going. Talk to somebody within the ISTE, reach out. You can also volunteer that way by talking to people there at the Central Center thing. Sorry. Anyway, and of course, one thing that's really fun that I didn't know prior to going to ISTE was the swag that you can get. And Lisa, I remember that I believe you liked to get a lot of swag. Is that true?
No.
Okay, then I'm thinking of something.
I had a carry-on bag.
I meant more like the ribbons, right?
Oh yes, the ribbons are fun. And
do you want to explain them? Because I didn't really understand them until I got there.
Okay. The ribbons, what they are is there's different ribbons for the PLI networks. There's ribbons that will say things like Rockstar, Troublemaker. So there's tons of ribbons that you can collect throughout the conference. Some groups do ribbons for their location. So for example, last year the Canadians brought a Canada ribbon, and living close to Canada, I wanted a Canada ribbon. So it's kind of fun. Like some people have just ribbons upon ribbons, and other people have, one ribbon or no ribbon. So it's just totally your call of what you want to, how many do you want to have? How many ribbons?
Exactly. Well, and then it's kind of what do you want to present to people, or what do you want? Sometimes people get it, the more ribbons you have, people might come up and ask you about them. So it's also a good conversation starter. Another one that I want to mention besides Twitter is to please download the ISTE app if you have a smartphone, because one thing that's really nice about that, and I haven't finished yet because there's just so many great selections, but what you can do is you can go through on the app. You go to find the app, first of all, you can go to the conference website, and then you click on Engage, and then the mobile app, or you can also search ISTE 2015 in the App Store. Yeah, so that's what I did. I just essentially typed ISTE 2015, and it came up. And what's really nice about it is you can create your own schedule, and if you have an account, you can log into it. And you can get it on any kind of smartphone, including the Google Play Store as well if you have an Android. And it's just nice because you can highlight and star things that you're interested in. So when we were talking about, if the first, maybe the one that you really want to go see, you walk to it and it's really looking full, you can go to another one that's right on your thing, and you're not trying to shuffle through a bunch of stuff because you have it right there on your phone. So that was a lifesaver for me. It really helped me and pick out things that I really wanted to get to. Another one I would encourage people to go to is the Ignite sessions. There's more than one this year. And the Ignite sessions are just really exciting because people, do short presentations and talk about something that's important to them, or it might connect to something they do in education. It might connect to their presentation, but it just really energizes you. And I went to the first one last year, and I know that there's more than one this year, and they're just powerful in just a short snapshot of a time. So I would also include that.
And I recommend, I know, Jenny, we were in line last year. I recommend getting early for that one because those Ignite sessions fill up fast.
Yeah.
Because they don't do those in the same room as the keynote, so they're going to fill up.
And they're awesome.
Oh, they were some of the best ones.
Another hashtag that we wanted to mention to you is if you do the hashtag coffee, capital EDU, that is, I guess, at 6 a.m. at a Starbucks on Market Street. Alice Keeler will be there daily to chat while you get coffee. So that's, again, a great way for you to go if you get up early and go meet some people before heading to the conference.
Yeah, Jenny, I attended one last year, and it was one of my best moments. It was nice and early. It was a small group. I think there's maybe 15 of us tops. Mm-hmm. But it was just a fun way to talk, and it really got us going for the day. We got to talk about different sessions. We got to collaborate, meet new people. So I do recommend the Coffee EDU. I know I'll be attending a few if I decide to wake up that early.
So, and so if you have more questions, and then unless you guys have anything else to add, definitely go to the ISTEconference.org. It's just how it sounds, ISTEconference.org, and that way you can kind of see what everything is on, and definitely check out the app as well. Did you guys have anything else to add for tips and tricks?
No, make sure to see Jenny's session. She's going to be really great. It's going to be a great session.
Yeah, because Corey's co-presenting with me. I'll also be at the Young Educator Playground for people who, educators who work with smaller kids on Monday as well. And there's going to be some other great people at that one as well, including Bill Selleck, who's not with us tonight.
Maybe I'll go too. Maybe I'll be there. We'll see.
So now it's time for us to talk about our recent favorite ed tech tools, and I actually did not do this portion of and I haven't even thought of one. So Corey, what do you have to say?
This one's, it's kind of new, old. I'll say that it's Google Photos. So recently, Google Plus decided to separate their photo app into Google Photos. The best thing about it, it's easy to create online albums. There's now an iPhone app for it, which makes it easier to upload your photos. But if you use Flickr, you use Facebook, you use whatever for your photo management, they're great. But Google Photos is unlimited storage, and I'm like in love with it right now. I use Picasa, or is it like Google Photos for my desktop? It lets me upload all my photos. So it's more personal, but I'm going to share with a few of my teachers next year, especially the people who fill up their phones too quickly or filling up their computers too quickly. It's a free option for storing all their photos. And it's easy to, it has all the share options that Google has, so you can share albums. And they don't have an embed feature yet, but I think they will pretty soon. So this is my new favorite app.
Lisa, do you have anything?
Favorite app? Right now, no. I can't think of one, sorry.
That's okay. No, and mine actually, as Corey was talking, really just the ISTE mobile app, I guess, would be my current one, because I'm definitely going to rely on that for the next week and a half as we get ready for ISTE and during ISTE itself. So
I want to do one more. Can I talk about one more?
Sure.
For next year, if you guys decide to go to ISTE next year, I recommend Airbnb. I know a lot of people are doing hotels this time around, and the cost gets a little higher. But Airbnb, they have an app, they have a website, it's a service, but it's a cheaper option for finding, a place to stay during these conferences, especially when all the hotels, hike up their prices. So I do recommend that for next year if you're looking for something.
Yeah, and definitely, because I think a lot of times districts will be more than happy to pay for a hotel flight or for a flight and for the conference registration. But then when you start to add on that hotel, the price just gets to be more than they can send you every year. So I think that's definitely a cost-saving way to make sure you can attend ISTE, because it's worth it to go every year. So it's a way to go every year.
Do we know the location for next year yet?
Denver.
Denver, yes. Altitude.
All right, so looking ahead to our next one, Corey, did you have something to tell them?
There is the Yen reception. That one. It's the Monday, right? Monday.
Yes.
5:30 to 7:30 for bowling. ISTE 2015 Yen reception.eventbrite.com. We'll tweet that out. But it's a great way to meet young educators, have fun, just enjoy yourself. It's after the conference, Monday night, so it's to be a little more low-key, a little more relaxed. I definitely recommend that.
And, of course, we always want to use our hashtag EpicYen whenever you want to give shout-outs and feedbacks, talk about sessions, workshops, keynotes, etc., things that you are either experiencing at ISTE 2015 or just doing as time goes on as well the rest of this month. So don't forget to join if you haven't already, our Google Plus community, which is our online ISTE community at iste.org/YEN for yen. And this way that you'll be able to connect with other young educators from around the world. So with that, I just would like to thank Lisa and Corey for joining me as we took this little adventure for the last half an hour. Hopefully you feel more excited than you already were. I mean, I'm already just so excited to be going to ISTE this year. And thanks for listening to the ISTE Young Educator Network podcast. So let's thank the crew. I am, of course, at Schley Reed.
Corey Homer, I'm at EdTech Channel.
Lisa Sjogren at Lisa Sjogren.
Yeah, don't forget, if you want to tweet us too, we're going to ISTE, we can meet up, we can do something. We can always help you if you have any questions.
Yes, we like to have fun.
We like to have fun.
We're kind of dorky, if you haven't figured it out. So, all right, so should we do, Bill isn't here, but we always end our podcast with the Epic Yen. So on the count of 3, should we do it?
Yes, Jenny, we should do it.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. Epic Yen!
Epic Yen.
All right. Well, have a wonderful week, and we will see you all at ISTE next week, ISTE 2015.
Woo!